Hey, Facebook, welcome to a new live. It is Winning Wednesday and it is the month of June. I'm super excited, but before we get started, I'm going to check audio. Just waiting on some thumbs up. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, make sure you drop a thumbs up or comment. I can hear you, okay? All right, great. So IG, we're good. And then we're going to check Facebook in, and then I'm going to get started, okay? So how was your how was your May? Okay, because I told you guys May went so fast. I blinked my eye and we was in May and I'm like, what in the heck? Like, so we're in June and I'm super excited about being in the month of June. I got some great things coming up. I am okay, we got a thumbs up here. Thank you, Aaron. My boo. Anyways, but this month we have a lot going on. At least I got a lot going on. So I have my daughter's birthday. She'll be turning 11 years old. I'm super excited for her. Then we got vacation this month. My daughter has this big concert going on. So the month of um, June and July is going to be super busy for me. I have two children with summer birthdays, which is bad for me because summer is the busiest time of the year. We travel, and then I have birthdays on top of that. So I'm spending a whole bunch of money that I don't want to spend, but neither here or there. Welcome to June. We have for some, this may be an exciting topic this month, and for some, you may be like, I really need to, think about this stuff, right? Because every time I come on here, I try to teach you guys as much as possible, drop gems, give as much knowledge as possible. But yeah, so anyways, so before we get started, I want to introduce myself for the ones that don't know me. My name is Latasha Shelton. I am the founder and CEO of Boss Life Global, where we help aspiring entrepreneurs transition from the 9-to-5 grind and get into entrepreneurship. There's three things that we like to focus on. We like to focus on personal development, business development, and building a personal brand. So if you're someone that don't know where to get started in business, you don't have a business idea, but you know you want to quit your 9-to-5 job, I am the person for you. If you're someone that say, I got a business idea, but I don't know how to juggle from being a 9-to-5 worker into being an entrepreneur, maybe that may be like a side hustle or something, I can definitely help you out in that realm. Or if you're someone that say, hey, I got a business, but I'm not growing, I am the coach for you. I'll help you, reevaluate things so we can get you on the right path so you can be successful. Okay. So speaking of that, this month we're going to talk about scaling. I always talk about if you are someone that is stuck and you do have a business and you don't know how to scale, please make sure you're taking down notes because this live is definitely dedicated for you. I have been doing these lives for 4 months. Okay. So if there is something that, if you're not at this point in your business or if you are confused on your direction, it's okay to still sit in the live and listen to the information because everything that I teach is very relevant. But this is kind of for the people that's a little bit more advanced in their business. I'm just going to give a disclaimer there. So if you are not there, you can sit this one out if you want to. That's okay. Okay. Take baby steps. If you want to go to my YouTube channel and catch my lives from the beginning where I talk about how to actually start a business, how to get into branding, what a good brand look like. I go into so much details about that. Please go to my YouTube channel. I'm going to drop the channel below. If you're on Instagram, my YouTube channel is Boss Life Global. That is BOSS Life Space Global. And you'll be able to catch all those replays there. I try to upload them as effectively and quickly as possible. So if there's something on there that you may have caught on Facebook and it's not on there, just be patient with me. I'll try to get it onto my YouTube channel. Okay. Also, if you want to support the channel, okay, because I didn't have this before, but if you want to support an entrepreneur, if you know somebody that wants to get into entrepreneurship and they don't have the finances, or maybe they may not have the finances and you have the finances to support an entrepreneur, please think about donating so that you can pay for someone one-on-one coaching. It doesn't cost a lot. I do have payment plans. You can go to Stan Store. We do have Klarna. I think I'm saying it right. Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm. So if you want to get on the payment plan, just let me know. Or you can just donate to Fairy Doula Cash App. And yeah, because we're trying to grow, right? I'm in the process of scaling my business too. So, we all can kind of grow together as a community. So neither here or there. We are going to get into today's topic. So this month is all about scaling, okay? So it's about scaling smart. So this month is going to be focused on growth strategies for entrepreneurs ready to level up, okay? Entrepreneurs that is ready to level up. Today's topic is going to be talking about signs that it's time to scale your business. Signs that it's time to scale your business. We get into entrepreneurship and we get complacent. We don't feel like we want to grow. First and foremost, we're going to talk about people that scale too fast, and we're going to talk about the people that don't scale at all. So if you're someone that feel like you're stagnant, you feel like you have reached your capped off, and your routines has been redundant, you're not bringing in as much revenue as you would like to bring in, like more revenue, and your overheads are now taking over your profit, that is your sign that you need to scale. Okay, that means that you did great, you're very successful in your business. It's just that you need to put things in place to get to the next level. That's like in our life. Like, we reach a place in our life to where things kind of start slowing down for us. That is, and we start getting caught up in our comfort zone. When you start getting caught up in your comfort zone, that is a sign that you got to get up and change. Now, change is very uncomfortable, but we have to do it. So that is one sign, a clear indicator that you may need to scale your business. Okay. But for the ones that do have a business and try to scale so fast, don't do it. Okay. So if you can't keep up with inventory, if you can't keep up with employees, your if your workload becomes overwhelming, that means that you may be scaling too fast and you need to pull back. So we're going to get into that live today. And first thing that we're going to talk about, because what I want to do in this live today is give you the signs, I want to give you the reasons, and I want to give you the solution. So I'm going to do a lot of reading today. It's your job to get your pen, notebook, whatever you need to get out to take down notes so that you know where you fall into this category. Okay. My baby girl is not in school. She's on summer break. So if you see or hear me stop, or you hear her, walking around, ignore it. Okay. Hey, sorry. Got an interruption. I need a phone that says, I'm so sorry. I need a phone that says, you know where it is. I don't. You're going to have to wait. Yeah, you're going to have to wait. Go check over there or go upstairs. But this is not the time. Thank you. I'm sorry. You're fine. All right. So consistent demands outpaces capacity. So this is a good sign. Consistent demand outpaces capacity. And I just said that. So that's how you know you may be scaling so fast. Okay, so what's the signs? You're turning away customers or orders due to lack of resources. How many times have we went to restaurants, right? and people say that they are out of macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna keep going. If Aaron on here, I was so, and I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna rat this person's business out because I have a little bit more. I got grace for people, and I understand that entrepreneurship can be a very hard journey. But I am a foodie, and I love to eat, y'all. But I love to one, support Black businesses, and I love to support small businesses. So I like to try new restaurants. So my friend was like, "Hey, I got this restaurant that, I want you to try." And we go to the restaurant, and I guess they're known for like a signature dish. And when I got there, my mouth was watering for this signature dish. They got a plaster all over their restaurant, okay? And when we get there, they didn't have macaroni and cheese. They didn't have their signature dish, okay? And I was so upset because even the alternatives wasn't that great. Like, it wasn't our signature. It just wasn't what I wanted. And they were okay with turning me away, but they were like, "Oh, we don't have this. We ran out." And mind you, it was early in the day. Like, it was early. So I'm like, "How are y'all running out of mac and cheese on a Saturday at 10 a.m.? Like, you guys just damn near opened up. And so that kind of turned me off from really wanting to go back to the restaurant, because I just felt like if you can't keep up with your demands of what your business promised customers, then that's an issue to me, because consistency is everything for me. I feel like if you're running a business and something's your signature dish, like, I understand, I give businesses grace where it's like, "Oh, you're slammed to capacity, okay? And you happen to run out because you have had overflow of abundance, overflow of customers." That is an awesome sign, okay? But this business did not have overflow of customers. I think we were the only ones that was really there at that time. So, anyways, so the signs is you're turning away customers or orders due to lack of resource, okay? um so what is the reasons is your current infrastructure can't meet demands, risking customer dissatisfaction or missed revenue, okay? Your current infrastructure can't meet demands. So what is the solution to this problem if you're running into this problem as a business owner? Invest in automation, hire strategically, and improve operations. So I don't know what the situation was with the macaroni and cheese, but I'm sure that there's a gap in their business to where it's causing them not to properly have the inventory. I don't know if the operator um too big, if their overhead is causing them not to be able to order these things, and that they're on a month to month budget for their food, and they were out of that for the month. Like, there's so many dynamics to this, but I feel like if you're going to operate a business on that scale, you need to deliver consistency every single day, Monday through Friday, whatever your business hours is. If not, you will definitely turn down customers. So you may have scaled too fast. Maybe that individual maybe needed to just keep doing what they were going to do until they got their operation intact, okay? Or it could have just been a day to where they didn't feel like making it. I don't know. All right. So we're going to talk about steady and predictable revenue growth. Okay. So what's the signs? Your business show consistent month over month or year over year growth. Okay. So this is your sign that you may need to scale. Okay. Steady and predictable revenue growth. Your business shows signs consistent month over month and year over year. And the reason is because it's predictable. Cash flow indicate financial stability, making it less risky to invest in scaling. Okay, so if you know your books, and that's why bookkeeping is very important. That's why keeping up with your your revenue and how much your overhead, how much you are bringing in, as far as revenue, profit, take home, whatever that may be. If it's very predictable and it has been like this year after year, you may need to scale. Now, some people say, well, if it ain't broke, why fix it? You don't have to fix it if you're comfortable where you're at, but it depends on your growth. So if you don't want to grow, stay where you are, right? But if you are growing, if you are willing to grow, these are the signs that you may need to scale so that you can get to the next level, because you've mastered the operational part of business. You master the customer service part of business, okay? So what is the solution? Reinforce financial forecasting. Build a growth forecast budget and secure funding if needed. So if you want to scale and your revenue is predictable, you may need to reinforce financial forecasting. Build a growth focused budget and secure funding if needed. Okay. Excuse me. Allergies. Excuse me. So I was going to make a point about this. All right, we're going to skip that. I lost my thought. Okay, so you've hit operational bottlenecks. Okay, bottlenecks. You've reached operational bottlenecks. Okay, so what's the sign? The task takes longer, quality slips, initial processes are strained. So tasks take longer. Reasons: your systems weren't designed for your current volume of work. So that's another thing. So the thing is this: when you are running a business and things are not really, it comes back down to operations, right? It really comes down to your systems not properly put in place. And I talk about this every single live, about making sure that your systems in place, and that you have systems that can keep up with your volume of people that's coming in. Okay. I'm going to use an example. I went to a diner, and they had, we're in 2025, we're in a technology world, we're elevating, and it was a group of us, and we were going, to be exact, we were Queens Village. How we show up, like we show up in masses, all the women come and we're ready to eat, and it may be a spontaneous trip that we decide to take. Well, we went to a diner, and most of the time, people that is in this generation, millennials or whatever the case may be, we're tech savvy. Well, the diner only accepted cash, and then their credit card machine was a dial-up credit card machine, and they lost out on so much money because they did not properly have their systems in place. That the volume of people that were coming in was too much for their business. Okay. And ultimately we had to go somewhere else, right? We didn't have cash. Who carries cash around nowadays? At least I know I don't carry cash around. And then even with that, they didn't have tap pay. So it was like people couldn't tap pay. People didn't have cash on them. And even when we were running the credit cards was running slow. And so we was like, you know what? We don't like that everything's running so slow, and that we're going to take our business somewhere else. So they lost out on money. So you have to evaluate your systems. So your systems aren't designed for your current volume of work. So if you need to upgrade. Okay. You got to keep up with the generations. I know a lot of our old school people don't want to do it. People that's in business and they feel like they want to still operate like that. They always say, again, we're going to go back to say, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. But sometimes you got to fix the system. Sometimes you do got to fix it. Now, I'm not saying change how you operate, but sometimes you may have to upgrade your devices to keep up with, the world. So what's the solution? Implement better systems like CRMs, project management softwares, new equipment, new credit card equipment, such as tap pay, delegate or outsource non-core functions, delegating more tasks to other people. That is a clear sign that your business needs to scale. All right. Another thing is, this is on a positive side. One reason why you should scale is if you have a strong, reliable team. Oh, come on now. If I had a strong, reliable team, Tasha will be far. The problem is I don't have a team behind me. I'm literally like a one-man show. Now I have my friend Aaron coming over here on here, and he may give me some thumbs up for audio because my daughter's phone. He's been there to support me, so he don't count. All right. I told y'all that was my boost. Let me stop playing with him. He probably gonna hear like this girl. But anyways, that a lot. See, look, me playing and forgot what I'm talking about. Oh, so I don't have a team of people really helping me out besides him coming over here and helping me with audio. And then just little things that I will wish I had, right? But it's okay because I know my time is coming and I know I'm gonna get to a point where I need to scale. Right now, I'm going to stay where I'm at because I don't feel like it's necessary for me to scale because my volume of people are overseeing my operation. Okay. They're not bigger than my operation. So I don't feel like I need to scale my business. But having a strong, reliable team. So what's the signs? Your current teams perform well without constant oversight. Your team perform well without constant oversight. That means you trust your team. You know they're going to not steal from you. You know that they're going to get the job done. You can be on a beach and you know that your team is going to have your back. You need a strong team when you are going into business, especially people that you trust, okay? So if you have this team and you have faith in your team and you know your team is going to take things to the next level and that they're yearning for growth, because sometimes we forget that employees get bored sometimes, okay? When your employees, like what happens when you're at a job and you're working a 9 to 5 job, you ultimately get bored with your job because you're doing the same thing over and over again. And sometimes people like challenges. Sometimes people want to challenge themselves to see how far they can push themselves. And so give your staff a chance to be able to prove themselves to you, right? If sometimes we get afraid because we like, if I give them too much that they can bear, they may drop the ball. Nah, they haven't dropped the ball yet. You won't know until you try. You won't know until you try, okay? So just try to basically give your team a bigger job or a bigger role or do some promotions, right? So even scaling means promoting your employees to a different level. So you have an employee that have shown up time and time again on time at work, have shown great characteristics, that's very resilient. You may need to promote them to maybe manager position, whatever may be in your business. But promotion is good for your business growth. Taking people and putting them in position to where that you don't have to do it, okay? It's better to build with someone that's been loyal to you than try to hire someone outside of that, because 9 times out of 10 people are going to come into this thing not being loyal to just not loyal to your business, right? They're looking to get something out of it. So you got to be really careful with trying to hire outside of the people that's already in your face. So let's start with there. So reasons you need leadership and execution in your execution capacity takes on more customers. Hold on, wait. Let me make sure that I wrote that right. I wrote you need more leadership. That's just basically what the reason is. You need more leadership in your business, okay? So you can't always be the one running everything. You're going to stress yourself out. So put people in position. Solutions is develop leadership initially or hire experienced professional to scale operations sustainability, okay? So that's one way of knowing if you need to scale. I am going to slow down. Can anyone let me know if you understand what I'm talking about? If this is very helpful for you. Again, if you want to support someone, a upcoming entrepreneur, I do have an entrepreneur support group that you can join. It's on my Stand store. If you drop the link in my bio, you can go to my Stand store, and it's only $12 a month, I believe, right now. And basically, you will have me one on one. You can ask me all the questions you need to ask me in that group, or you can do some one on one coaching to where I sit down with you. We'll assess where you are in your business or in your business plan, and then I'll give you advice and we can kind of work from there. But yeah, so if no one has questions, I am going to continue. If you're on IG, go to my hold on. If you are on IG, go to the link in my bio, click on my Stand store, and all the information is on there. And if you want to support me by ordering my book off of Amazon, it's The Boss Blueprint. I talk about this book every single live, but this book is definitely needed when it comes to you starting out in your journey. So if you want to order it, it's $22 on Amazon, or you can go get a hard copy like this. I like the hard copy. I feel like the hard copy is so much better, right? It lasts long. It's like a textbook. But this is actually on Barnes and Noble. So just go to Barnes and Noble website and type in The Boss Blueprint. It should pop right up by Latasha Shelton. And then Amazon. The only thing about Barnes and Noble is that Barnes and Noble shipping is much longer than Amazon shipping. So Amazon shipping is, I believe, 2 days. So it's on Prime, right? It's on Prime. But Barnes and Noble take 5 to 7 business days. So it's your preference, whatever you want, if you want the hard copy or a paperback. So anywho, that's that. Hey Brandon, I see you on here. Hey. Hey, the God Ocean. Let's see if IG will pick up my hearts. Hope. Hey, welcome to the live. It look like you're new here. Hey. Okay. So we're going to talk about market opportunities for growing. So market opportunities for growing. Your signs, competitors are expanding or new customer segments are emerging. So if you have someone that may be in the same business as you and they are scaling and they are basically your competition, you see your competition kind of passing you in a sense. It's not even that you're trying to keep up with them. It's just maybe you might need to take a note out of their blueprint, out of their book, and see how come I'm at this place and they're at this place. Let me figure out what my competitors are doing. Okay. So it's very important to find out who is your competitor. What type of operation do they have? Uh, what type of customers are they attracting? How can I attract those same customers? Okay. McDonald's and Wendy's right next door to each other, but they have different things, and but they are able to kind of still feed off of each other. So if you notice that when McDonald's have a let's see, they might have $1 freezy for sale, okay, and it might be like rainbow. What happens is Wendy's turn around and have a freezy. What happened when Chick-fil-A was advertising their chicken sandwich? What did Popeye do? Popeye went and they got them the same chicken sandwich. It might be a different style, different batter, but they have the same style chicken sandwich. So it's okay to copy your competitors. It's people, I don't like that people try to say, oh, this person, like, because that's how you guys feed off of each other, support each other, but also grow individually. Okay. So I wouldn't say like copy and take someone else's swag and take their, they blueprint verbatim. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is see what they're doing, because obviously they're doing something that you may need to learn from. So make sure that you are always reaching out to your competitors so you can expand your business. Okay. And the reason why you have to do this is because the market is evolving and your business risk falling behind if it stays too small. Okay. The market is evolving and you may run into the risk that your business may fall behind and stay too small. So, yes. So, what is the solution to that? Conduct market research and develop a target strategy to enter into new markets and demographics. Okay. So going around and scouting. So if you're a baker, going to different baking shops and seeing what they are doing, how they are being innovative. Like what are they doing to attract their customer. They may be doing like a 20% off blowout sale for the whole store. Write that down. And if you see more of your competitors doing the same thing, you need to go next week and do the same thing, right? So they always say like when it's almost like Facebook, like when people are trending, right? People write about Cardi B, different creators, another creator write the same exact post. I know y'all seen the same exact post from different creators. Like Cardi B got the same hairstyle as Stefan, whatever his name is, the new dude she messing with. The same creator, it will copy and paste it and post it on their page, right? And then all four of them going viral with the same post because they saw what's trending, what's going viral, and then they implemented that into their strategy because all they're trying to do is go viral too. So don't be afraid to copy. It's okay. You are who you are. Be unique to yourself, but copy. Like, don't when I say copy, I don't want you to take it as, oh, Tasha said be a copycat and not be original, and Tasha said steal somebody's business. I'm not saying that. I'm saying don't it's okay to reinvent the wheel in your own way. Okay, so one way of scaling is that you're constantly getting positive customer feedback and referrals. Okay. Customers are satisfied and they recommend you often, which causes your value to go up. Okay. That's how you know that you have been on, Google. You've been getting positive reviews on Google. You've been getting positive reviews on Yelp, and that now you are a number one searchable business. Not everyone wants to learn about you because you have positive feedback. You have to scale now because you got to make sure that your volumes can meet your operation and that your systems won't fall behind. I don't know why I keep getting these messages. So reasons: you built a trusted product, and hold on, you've built trust and product marketed fit a foundation for scaling. But your solution should be leverage customers' testimonials and marketing and build referrals or loyalty programs to scale organically. Okay. Build testimonials, build referrals and loyal programs so that you can constantly keep scaling your business. All right. And this is a big one. You've reached a plateau. What's your signs that you reached your plateau? Growth has stalled even through demand exits. Growth has stalled even through demand exits. And the reason is you're not investing in new marketing skills and innovations. You're not upgrading. You're not investing in new things to constantly keep making your business fresh. Okay. The solution should be audit your strategy, expand channels and possibility, develop new offerings or partnerships. Audit your strategy, expand channels, okay? Develop new offerings or bring in new partnerships. So that is another way of figuring out if you need to scale. You've become stagnant. And then I put you have a scalable business model. That is awesome. Like a business model should be put in place before you even start a business, right? Before I started Boss Life Global, I made sure that I had a business plan and I had an effective business model. Like I feel like that is one of the most important pieces of entrepreneurship, okay? But that's how you know you have a scalable business model, right? Because now you can start adding things into your business model to get you to the next level. Okay, I'm topped out at 6 figures. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get to a 500,000. I'm trying to make $1 million in this year. How can I make $1 million in this year? Maybe if I add or up my pricing to the business model that I have. So if I have a membership program that's for $5,000, and now I know that I have customer trust, I'm not going to reinvent that business model. What I'm going to do is I'm going to up my price. I am going to charge from $5,000 to $10,000 because I am targeting high ticketed people now. I've built testimonials, referrals. I have my systems properly in place to where if I have a whole bunch of people coming in, that I can sustain it because I have a reliable team, because I've promoted people that's under my umbrella to executive manager, or to a CEO, whatever that may be in your business. And now I trust these people that's been rocking with me from the bottom, so they know the expectations and they know what to do, right? In this business, they got this thing in the back of their mind. Now, when I do attract these high ticketed customers, I know that my business will be sustainable. I know that I can take that on, okay? And now you took your business from making 300, 100 to $200,000 in a year to $1 million in a year just that fast, because you've doubled your revenue, okay? So making sure that you have a sustainable but scalable business model. That's why it's very important to get the boss blueprint. That's why it's important to get business coaching. That's why it's very important to have a plan before transitioning out of 9 to 5 job, because a lot of people get into business and don't have a sustainable business model, and then ultimately their business fail. So I'm trying to give you an example on someone that uh, I think I was okay, yes. That was an example. I was on YouTube, right? And it was a young lady selling a course, and she made a lot of content. She stayed in the algorithm. A lot of people make content, and they make great content because they're good at content creators, right? But they suck at business. And that's another thing too, that we feel like because we're great at speaking in front of the cameras, and we're great at, like, editing this video, we sound good, we look good on camera. But then we put, oh, I have a free digital marketing class, right? And then everybody sign up for these free digital marketing class, and you go viral and you break the bank, and you got 80,000 people now trying to go to your website. All 80,000 people trying to go to your website, and you know damn well that you can't keep up with a whole bunch of people, and your website crashed within a minute. How many times have y'all been on people's website or been on people's TikToks or whatever, and they sold something, and somebody comment, your website ain't working, your website crashed? The reason is because they never thought, they did not have their systems properly in place, and they didn't realize that in order for, if you're trying to sell to the masses, make sure you have your stuff in place. And then a lot of people don't have a proper business model, so they lose out on a whole bunch of money. Okay. Some people be having these $10 digital courses, and when they could have made over $10,000. Okay. Because they give so much value, but they don't have the business model in place to get as much money out of that value that they're selling. So you got to know what you're doing when you start getting into this entrepreneurship thing. It's very technical, but it's necessary for your growth. So let's see what else we got. Making sure that you have a clear vision. Yeah, I'm not, it says system in place. I've been repeating that this whole time. So make sure you have a clear vision. All right. And then the last but not least is you're attracting investors. People want to invest in you now. That's how you know that you need to scale, because people are knocking on your door. I am interested in finding out what you do so that I can take you to the next level. Okay. Don't be afraid to find investors, and, but first you got to crawl before you walk, right? But if you are at that level and people are knocking your door down, it's time for you to scale. Okay. It is time for you to scale your business. That is it for this live. I know it wasn't long, but that is it. This is the sign that you need to scale. Now, if you like scaling and you like the topic for the month of June, that's what we're going to talk about. It's going to be different topics about scaling, but this is kind of what June's going to look like. Now, July and moving forward is going to be a little bit more fun, more interactive. I may have a special guest, who knows. I think I am going to have a special guest next week. Not next week, but the month of July, just because it's relevant to the topic. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really like to talk about these topics, because when you start talking about the tedious part of business, it still cringes me. Like, I'm a business coach, but it's still like, it's just always the things, the work that you don't want to do, but you got to do it. Okay. Because when I teach these lives, I'm thinking to myself, like, I got to do that. I'm here, but I know I may need a scale. I'm stagnant now. I may need to get to the next level. And that means hiring a team. Okay. So, but yes, this is it for this live. I am about to get off. Hope you guys enjoy this beautiful day. It is hot outside, so try to stay cool. The world is in shambles right now. We've had so many killings and volcanoes going off and crazy weather. People are losing their minds. Kids are getting shot up, like our youth. So please say a prayer to, peace over the world, and just sit down for a second and pray over your family first and foremost, but still pray for the world, that we can all kind of calm down, come together, and become a village like we used to be. Okay. And that is it. I love you guys. Like always, I am signing out. Okay.